Office came out here tonight to the Justina neighborhood around 6:40 this evening to the report of a child who may have been sexually battered. Officers got here and started processing what had gone on, and it appears that an 8-year-old girl was here in this general area. And please understand that there's some rules that cover sexual battery victims that's going to limit what I can tell you. I thought it important enough to get out here and get this information out to the general public. But what appears to happen, there's a wooded area in the 2900 block of University Boulevard North, and somewhere in that wooded area, an unknown suspect, we know he's a male, took this child or had this child in this wooded area and sexually battered her. Our details are really sketchy with what has gone on. This poor little girl was beaten fairly badly during this assault, and of course, anybody who's experienced anything like this is traumatized. So our information is unfortunately limited, but it is enough that I wanted the general public, who, especially in this Justina area, in the Arlington area, to be aware of what this is. This is nothing out of the ordinary when it comes to keeping your eye on your children. This event is certainly out of the ordinary, but keeping your eye on your kids, this is the reason why this occurred. This is somebody needs to keep an eye on their children. In this particular case, this child appeared to be out by herself, 8 years old. This was around 6:40 at night. But so, in order to respond to this, obviously not knowing a whole lot about a suspect description information, we've got detectives out here from our offender tracking unit. There are several sexual offenders and sexual predators in this 1 to 2 mile radius. We are in the process now of contacting every one of them. We have detectives out here to do just that. We are canvassing neighborhoods, canvassing houses and apartments that are in the general area where this assault occurred, trying to put some of this information together. The child is at the hospital being treated, so our information, again, like I said a minute ago, is very limited. However, our information as it comes in is relative towards what we're trying to do, but now it's a very fluid thing. We've got a lot of people out here trying to process our crime scene, trying to contact these offenders, and of course I don't have any direct information that an offender or a predator may have done this, but it's certainly a reasonable place to start looking. Asking anybody who may have information or know anything about this or have seen something in this, again, across from JU, 2900 block University North, seen something suspicious, give us a call. Crime Stoppers, you can remain anonymous, call the sheriff's office. We certainly want to hear from you.
Chief, I know this can be traumatizing for any child. Have you guys had a chance to talk to her as far as getting any type of information?
Yeah, that's, again, we've been with her at the hospital. There's some procedures that have to be done. That is in the process of being completed now. Unfortunately, the information that she's able to provide us is very sketchy, and that has to do with her physical and emotional condition.
You're checking offenders in this area. Do you believe that she may have seen this person in this area in the past?
I don't know. Unfortunately, with such limited information coming from the victim in this case, there's just a whole lot of places that we could go with this right now. But again, the important thing to do is to share this information to the general public, especially those in this neighborhood. You acknowledge this power. You need to know what's going on. You can be aware and protect.
Where are her parents and custodians at this time?
They're with us and with the child at the hospital.
How were you all notified, and who called 911?
Yeah, this 911 call was actually received from a witness that we had who saw the child come from that wooded area and was very helpful with the information they could provide. Kept the child till officers arrived and provided that information.
Do you know where her parents were?
Excuse me?
Her parents? Was she just roaming free, or where was her parents at?
It seems, Derek, that her parents were at a nearby residence. Again, the rules that I have to cover with sexual assault, I have to be limited with trying to identify who that person or child may be. But again, this public safety aspect of this and getting the information out that it was a female and she was 8, the parents need to know that, and like I said, you need to keep an eye on your kids.
Do you believe she was abducted and taken into the woods?
I don't want to assume that she was. I don't know. That's part of the problem.
Does that little girl live nearby that we know of?
It seems that she lives in the general area, and that's about as specific as I really could be or need to be with.
Do you have a description of the suspect?
No,
at all?
that's what
white, black,
I don't know if he's white or black or anything about him. I know he's a male. That's about all that she was able to provide.
Is there any
Were there any
physical
security
evidence?
cameras at the church that helped?
Yeah, that's part of what we're doing. We've got detectives out looking all around here. We've got JU across the street. We're looking for video cameras, anybody that has that. We're looking at the traffic cameras, those sort of things. And physical evidence, Derek, that's part of what we're going to do to process that crime scene, her physical evidence that may be on or with her. So that's just a standard of what we would do, but certainly pressing.
No general age for this person?
No, unfortunately, I have no other description other than a male. But you know, that this little girl, she was out here, and somebody who may have seen her around that 6 to 6:40 time frame across from JU, please give us a call.
Chief, is this wooded area? I mean, I know there are residential areas around here. Is that wooded area anywhere where children go, or is it a secluded area?
It's in between some residential areas. It's in between some businesses. So it's just there's wooded areas kind of scattered all throughout this location over here in Arlington, and that's just another one of them. All right. Hey, thank y'all very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Alrighty.